17 days ago or so, I left my camera on the shelter. And there's the other half. Yeah. I've been looking for this thing everywhere, and then I realized I was to the storm shelter. And I left it there. Hey, left my camera on there when we were in the shelter the other day. So I haven't told a lot of people that I'm vlogging, and it's always awkward whenever somebody catches me vlogging, and it's literally me talking to myself. Yeah, I didn't know my mother and father-in-law were outside sitting in their garage whenever I came up there talking to myself. So that's why that awkward clip just randomly ended on the last time. Yeah, it's so weird vlogging sometimes, especially when people don't know that you're vlogging, because they were just staring at me like, are you all right? So then I let the grandkids go see them for a little bit so that they forgot how awkward I am. So weird, but it's fun. Do crazies with me today at Lowe's.
That's my kitchen.
And we finally found the part we need.
Hey,
And Bub wants this kitchen, he says.
Hey,
Hey, what do you want to do in this kitchen?
hey, that's my kitchen.
It is, but what would you do in there? Wash your hands? Yeah?
What do you else? What do you do? Eat food?
Yeah,
Would you cook it?
cook it.
Nice. It's like newborn birds in this like box of stuff.
I think that's like their nest.
That's crazy.
Hey.
What are you doing, Ro?
No. Okay.
Can I see? Whoa.
Dang.
That is so cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting our dishwasher together. Got the new hose here, so gonna connect this. What?
What hose? Where's the hose?
In the corner. I've got this, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach it. We had to order pizza tonight because I've taken over our kitchen with this mess, so we couldn't cook easily. We could have, but we chose to go ahead and get some takeout so that we didn't have to deal with all this. So I'm gonna go ahead and change out this hose real quick so that we don't have to worry about it, and go from there. Go underneath your sink and you're gonna find where your hose connects to this. Make sure your water is off, and then you undo that. I'm gonna go ahead and do it off camera because this is a tight squeeze and I don't think I can do it one-handed. That's what she said. While I was in here, I realized that this hose isn't looking too great either. It looks like it's got some stuff in it or something from being drained. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hose as well because it came with a new one. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. You just pinch these two little things together and then wiggle it off. And then you just pull that off of there. All right. Oh no. Got our new hose there and our new hose there. And now we're gonna hook our new hoses there into the new washer here. And then we're gonna be done. All right, so we got this connected here. I haven't tested for any leaks or anything yet, but what we did was we took this gold looking piece, we put that in first and then connected the silver piece to it. So it's a lot easier so you don't have to wind it up. So that's what we did. It seemed to just work a little easier. Now we're gonna test and see if there's any leaks. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Water's on.
Oh, leak.
Where from?
The gold part?
The top part?
Or here. It was coming out here.
Out the back? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's gonna go a little tighter.
All right. Leak test take 2.
You ready?
Yep.
And power.
Drip.
A drip. Mm-hmm. All right, test number 3. Kick it. Huh? I think we got it, baby.
Yay. I turned it back off.
You can turn it on.
Turn it on?
Yeah. So since the water's good, now we're gonna find where our drainage hose goes, and it's right there. I don't know if you can see it. All right, so if you see right here, this is where it comes out of the machine, goes into this one, and then it goes to here, all the way through the wall, right there. One thing you need to make sure you double check, drain in. You want to make sure drain in is at the dishwasher. The other end says sink in. So make sure that one's at the sink. And you're good to go. And you'll put the clamp right in between these two rubber pieces where it says clamp. All right, so you get your pair of pliers, you get your clamp, pinch it.
All right, right here we got a wild Andy putting together a dishwasher. He's trying to get the drain clamp on. This is his 4th attempt. Will he do it?
I'm done talking to you. You're grounded.
Was he successful?
I don't know.
Crikey, I think he's done it.
It's good enough. The next thing I'm gonna do is the wiring. So what you're gonna do is pretty much connecting the dots here. We're gonna put our white to white and our black to black and our ground cable underneath this. You don't want to put it just underneath the screw. This little washer here, I can't really show you. See that, how that moves up? The ground goes underneath that. So make sure you lift that up. Some people try to put it on top just where the screw goes. It's so much easier if you use it the right way. Very difficult to do if you don't use that washer. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right, and there you have it. Got our ground wire, got these 2 wires, got everything looking good. I'm gonna pull that back out a little bit so this will be able to close flushly. You're supposed to have a thing that is like holds onto your wire, but I didn't have one of those with my kit. So I'm gonna go buy one and I'm gonna put that in after the fact, after we get it put in, but definitely have something that'll hold the wire so that this has tension against it. I thought it was supposed to come with one, but it does not have one, and I do not personally have one. So I'm going to buy that and finish it off before I put this cover on, so that whenever, if this cable gets snugged, it pulls on the back of this case rather than the actual cable and, you know, tightens on this. All right, so now that everything is plugged in, I'm going to stand it up and slide it into place. Just kidding. I'm actually going to put the handle on next. So the way you know it's right is the screw holes are at the bottom and they give you this little Allen wrench that you tighten it up with. All right, so we'll just place that there. And we'll get these guys. We'll just Allen wrench it close. I got it on, then I realized that this paper's on and it might rip off from these handles. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the protective layer on the front before we push it in. Sorry, I had the Allen wrench in my mouth, that's why I sounded like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove this protective coating here. All right, now we're gonna put the handle back on. All right, now we're gonna stand it up and clean off my elbow marks from where I tightened up that, because I'm sweating because it's really hot in this house. And try not to pinch any cables. So Holly, these are plastic feet, so we gotta pick it completely up and set it straight down on the feet, because these cheap butt things will not be able to be slid. Okay. Ready, set, go. All right, now make sure all the cords are coming out the back. All those cords underneath that leg. Okay, there's water in here. Oh, I need the
vibration blanket.
The vibration blanket. Now we're gonna put the blanket on. Holly's helping me out here. That goes in the back, so this flips. Give me that side. Take that side, that goes in the back. All right, so you can put these right here, and you can bend these back tabs over to keep this thing stationary, and then this screws into the wall here to keep this safe and steady. So it wasn't working, so I had to pull it back out. And there's these little clamps down here. You can barely see them, they're white, but they blend in, but they can clip onto your insulation and it'll hold it still, so you don't have to have it wrinkling up like we did. And these brackets here, they can break off. You just need 2 pair of pliers and you just wiggle them back and forth and they'll break off, and you can see into the dishwasher there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reinstall the drip tray here, so that we could run a cycle to see if everything's working before we put the cap back on and everything like that, so it doesn't make a mess. If it does leak, we'll know. There's like a little test cycle you can run, so we're gonna plug that white cable back in there and slide this under and clip it back in. All right, so the drip tray's back in, and make sure you plug in that orange cable that we unplugged at the beginning, because that will be really bad if you get this drip tray in and then try to put that in. It won't fit, you can't reach your hands in there. So make sure you put that orange cord back in before you put the drip tray back in. Now we're gonna slide this back in and run a test run. Kick on the breaker, see if we got power, see what's up. All right, then you're gonna kick back your breaker on, and be careful from this point on because you have electricity. And I'm just gonna start it on this little run and see what happens. I'm gonna do it empty because I don't want to mess nothing up. But she has power. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna run one load and then see if there's any leaks, and then I'll run a second load with dishes in it and see if it cleans. We officially don't have any leaks. So I am gonna go to bed because this is done. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna run a fresh load with dishes in it in the morning, and then we are going to cover this back up. I'll turn the breaker back off, cover up the electricity because I don't want to accidentally bump something with a screwdriver and end up dead, because that's never fun. All right, so that's the end of how to put a dishwasher, Whirlpool dishwasher, into your house. Learn from my mistakes. I feel like I messed up a lot in this video and yesterday, but guys, thank you so much for being here. A little update on the Candy Crush saga. We had a guy comment and said his group, his friend and him both passed with 3 million and 4 million, and Holly had well over 8 million.
8 million. I slept.
It was crazy.
4 hours.
Yeah.
That entire competition time until I figured out. I feel like in the beginning, everything was fine. I felt like it was a normal competition. It was us 3 people, Taylor, me, and Fang. Weird name. We were kind of neck and neck, kind of passing each other. It felt normal. It finally stopped feeling normal on the last day.
Yeah.
When I'm assuming she played all night, and I was playing all night, which was fine. Until I started noticing that every time I played, she would play.
Yeah. And she would go offline as soon as Holly would go offline, too. Like, it was
And the
weird.
points didn't make any sense. I was looking at her games, how many she played versus how many I played. I played more than she did.
Yeah.
And she stayed consistently 110 to 120,000 K ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I was passing levels, going as fast as I could, and she was passing them just as fast. There was never a time that she slowed down. It was constant, like, step. We were staying like that. And as soon as I would stop playing, she would stop playing. And the moment I clicked play, she would start playing again. So it fell off. I emailed support. I haven't gotten anything back from it, so it looks like Taylor gets a ride to finals, and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, she's upset about it. I mean, we worked really hard for it, or she worked really hard for it. I didn't do nothing. I just sat here and watched the kids. But yeah, so that's the update. She's not extremely happy about it. She feels like she might have been cheated, but we reached out to tech support, and it's in their hands now. So I just would like to know if it was legit or not, because if it was legit, that's crazy awesome that she's that good and had that good of a strategy to stay that far ahead and had to like sit there and have her phone open and wait until she saw that Holly was playing and then immediately start playing whenever she did. Because like Holly would stop playing for about 20 minutes and as soon as she would, that person would stop playing. And they would go offline. You could see like who's playing and stuff. And then as soon as Holly would come back, that person would jump back on. So it was really strange. I don't know. Hopefully they look into it. And if it was legit, it's legit. And if not, hopefully they do something about it. But that's the end of the vlog for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow.